foreign language. I would like to open my speech showing a visual aid in many languages, as you guys can see it. We have right here, we have Chinese, Arabic, we have Russian, we have Spanish, we have Portuguese, we have Japanese, we have thousands of them. What does that say? New word. Okay? How many of you in this class, including you, shows, speaks a foreign language here? I know that Angel, Kate, Mia, and George, speaks a foreign language, but and Donnie. How many of you? Cool. That's good. In this speech, I'm going to talk about what happened with me 5 years ago, and a foreign language has improved my life. After that, I'm going to present some sources from my country, the United States, and finally the world. I'm going to share with you guys why it's important and necessary to know at least one language today. In 2005, a coach from Cumberland University went to Brazil recruiting players for soccer. I didn't know that at that time. An American coach was watching the tournament when I was playing. After the match, the soccer coach came with a translator and talked with the president of my team. Explained that he likes my soccer skills and was interested in taking me to the US. I didn't speak English at that time, zero. I didn't even know how to say how are you that time. So he offered me scholarships and other benefits to come to the United States to play for his school. The only problem was English. College is expensive in my country, and my family doesn't have the money to afford it. I stopped to play soccer for 1 year. I registered in a private English school in Brazil and began to learn English as my second language. I dedicated 24 hours during the day. I studied hard to get a soccer and get to the United States and get my business degree. During my course, I remember when I was 14 years old, my mom paid for me to go to a private school. She drove me like Monday and Wednesday, mornings. My mom was happy and she was proud of her son who was learning a foreign language. She thought that was learning. And I go to school too. Most of the time when she left me at school, I paid attention. When her car turned the next corner, I left the school and went to play soccer, hang out with my friends, and do something else in downtown. I was stupid. Then after 1 year English, when I was like 21, I was submitting an exam called TOEFL. This test of level of English that the student has learned at, and if he or she is qualified to go into a college in the United States. Unfortunately, I failed that exam twice. But fortunately, the coach from Tennessee contacted my ex-coach in Arizona, and I spent 2 years in a community college taking class. Instead of just talking about my own story, I would like to talk about our school. How is it important to us know a foreign language today? I know that the school offers at least one class that travels abroad in an academic year. It's not including internships. An example is the trip that students are going to have with you, Professor Schultz, to Europe. In my opinion, students should have at least a primary contact with the language. I think that they are going to German or, I don't know, it's in Europe. At least like know a little bit how to talk a little bit of German if I shouldn't get lost in the middle of Europe. Just English. So I would say like people saying German with you and just like no English, no German, no German, no. So that's the kind of examples that I have. And now, according to a magazine, what I said I would like to talk to you guys. Just in Brazil, 32% of Brazilians speaks a foreign language, but only 24% of Brazilians are considered to speak fluently. Now, according to the U.S., what's the difference? According now, with the U.S. government, near 47 million people, about 1 in 5 U.S. residents aged 5 and older, reported regularly speaking a foreign language at home in 2000, according to the Census Bureau. These figures represent an increase of people of 15 million from 1990 census. And now about the world. If you guys just think that English is enough, according to the World Factbook, only 5.6% of the world's local population speaks English as a primary language. Here's another visual aid that I would like to show you guys in the world nowadays. That's the most likely language that are speaking nowadays. We got, for example, the most, I think it's Mandarin, speaks like in Asia. After that, we got English, Spanish, Russian, Hindi, we got French, German, Japanese, and Arabic. That's the most English spot. No Portuguese. That's incredible. So guys, why speak a foreign language is important? Why? Increased knowledge. It's fantastic when you understand people saying something. Mainly when they speak bad things about you. It's very important. Study abroad to get a higher education and get a knowledge of a new future. It's very important. I'm an example. After 2 years and a half, just in Arizona, I just got a job as an English teacher. And all of you guys know that my English is still not good, and I'm trying to develop every day. Communication. Communicate better with people. Know how to express in front of them. That's very important. You are with a person. Talk with them. And know in details what he wants to tell you. And absorb all the knowledge that you get from that person. I think it's very enough. Learning a foreign language also provides new employment opportunities. Like I said, with new words, as I got like a job for 8 months. I didn't get too much money, it was like 800 bucks a month, but it was pretty good. You have also a lot of opportunities in service industry as well. Call centers are always actively looking for people who can speak 2 languages. This means that if you are a student and are looking for a part-time job to earn a few dollars, learning another language can definitely help you gain a competitive edge over others looking for the same job. Other point is learning a second language also adds a net benefit. If you tend to travel a lot to foreign countries, for example, if you speak Spanish well, you get an advantage while traveling to Latin countries. Like I think that most of countries in incredible. Like Brazil is the only country in South America that speaks Portuguese. All of those countries around, it's Spanish. It's very incredible. If you speak Hindi, then you get an advantage in the Middle East and Asia. Knowing a second language is definitely a plus, an advantage. It may ensure better job, a better pay, or new opportunities. No matter what benefits it gives in a tangible world, it definitely opens ways to meet people from other cultures and countries. It's what I said. You guys are here. It's a kind of a friend that I have, and I think that all of you guys, because what I have in my mind, it's open my own English school in Brazil when I get my business degree. And actually, if you guys want like a trip to Brazil, when I open my English school, you guys are welcome. In conclusion, guys, I hope that this speech has persuaded you and interesting to know how it's important today to get a foreign language as at least